Schrödinger's cat, alive or dead? Until we open the box, it is both alive and dead at the same time. But if that's the case, then what is reality? And what if each of us is currently living in our own fictitious yet very real box? Let's imagine a similar experiment. There is a cabinet in the room with 3 boxes on it, red, green and blue. A man enters the room with the cat, puts it into a red box and sits down on a chair. The cat lies down and falls asleep. Another man enters. At the entrance there is the sign that says, "Caution, there is the cat in the blue box." He sits on the chair. A third man enters and is told that the cat is the green box. Then a fourth man walks in, knowing nothing about any cat. All 4 sit silently in the same room. The first man is in a reality where the cat is in the red box. The second where it's in the blue box. The third in the green box, and for the first man there is no cat at all. You might think, they were just misinformed, there is the only one reality, the one where the cat is in the red box. But if you really want to feel these different realities, let's do a practical exercise. Right now, try to associate yourself with each of the men and feel what each of them experiences in the room. Look at the picture, imagine yourself as the first man and notice your sensation. What does he feel about the cat? Pause the video and repeat this for all the men. The difference in your sensations is the difference between parallel realities that exist simultaneously and which you can tune into simply with your consciousness, instantly and effortlessly. For those who have participated in the figure constellation therapy, psychotherapy method, it's even easier. Jumping between parallel realities is a function of our awarenesses. And the sensations you feel are the signals that your assemblage point has shifted from its usual position. By identifying with someone else, even briefly, we shift that point. That's why, if you want to jump into a different reality, you don't work with visual images of the desired life. You work with your states. Imagining yourself in a new car while simultaneously feeling you'll never afford it will only bring more frustration. But you already had moments like this in your life, haven't you? You wanted something, truly wanted, and you imagine it already having it, using it. And then you actually got it. Money showed up, the right people and opportunities appeared. What was your state back then? A state of joy, confidence, flow. You return it to ordinary life, but carried that state with you, not the image. That's what made it work. Can you do the same again? Of course. And it's easier to start with something simple. The green lights and on-time buses, no quizzes at shops. But for many, something has changed. What exactly? Maybe the sense of ease, spontaneity, curiosity, or play. Maybe we have started to forget how simple it is to live, to be alive, and to feel it. Let's return to the exercises. What causes the difference in sensations? It's how the person perceives the world. Reality for each of us is the experience our consciousness is going through. In the same circumstances, different people live through completely different realities. That's why people say the universe reflects what we think about it, but what shapes our perception, our expectations. And as you know, expectations don't always match reality. We expect the cat to be in the green box, and we live in that reality. We live in what we observe. But what shapes those expectations? Our worldview, our beliefs, our mental programs, including those being poured onto us from the outside. 3 people will go through the same situation and react completely differently. The same thing happens during the figure constellation therapy. With every request, you got through different realities because you see them through different roles in the process. Maybe reality isn't what's happening around us, but how we perceive it, both consciously and through our senses. And we understand reality only to the extent we are able to measure it. For example, a meow is heard from the blue box. What do the people in the room assume? That the cat is inside the blue box. Now they are in the reality where that is true. But when they open it, it turns out to a Bluetooth speaker. The sound was just a recording. Their reality shifts again. And what about you? You might think the cat is in the red box because the first man put it there. In fact, the cat is gone. There was a secret passage in the red box, and it quietly left the room. We perceive reality only to the extent we can measure or sense it. And what we call reality is really the relationship between our mind and our senses. That's why in the same situation, one person sees the opportunity and thrives, another sees disaster and spirals down, and another sees nothing at all. Reality is just our idea of reality, and we start believing this idea is the only true. Meanwhile, there is what's happening around us. There is how we perceive it, and there is the internal state we are in as we perceive it. And those are three separate things. We have been taught to change the external world first, so that our perception and emotional will follow. But there are other ways.